We all know what the governor of Nyeri said at the weekend, and it has brought some serious backlash. This is because it is not outright to come out a person of that magnitude and that level. You are a leader. You come and speak recklessly. And it doesn't end there. Simply because on the other side, the governor of Homa Bay is busy burning every forest down to make sure maybe she consolidates the power within ODM ranks. It is so unfortunate that our leaders can plunge innocent citizens into something they never even asked for. I'm your host, Anonymous Whistleblower. Kindly consider subscribing if you're new, and let's dive into what really matters. Now, as you will hear, the deputy leader of DCP party just came out to clear the air, and he was just saying that, the party leader, that was not the stance of the party leader, the remarks made by the governor of Nyeri. So it was to distance themselves from those remarks because it was tainting and it was so bad for someone who has so much power, yielding so much power to control a county. Imagine, these are our leaders to come out and to speak like that. Yes, everyone can mourn the way they want, but let's say there are boundaries. Maybe you can just, but not in public. So it was so sad. Here is what the deputy party leader of DCP, Cleophas Malala, had to say.
Mheshimiwa Rigathi Gachagua hajatamka jambo lolote. Mheshimiwa Rigathi Gachagua aliomboleza Raila. Mnajua hangeweza kuja kule Bondo kwa sababu ya ile mpango ambayo wakina Gladys Wanga walikuwa wamepangia party leader wetu, kumuumiza na kumdhulumu na kumdhalalisha. Lakini tungependa kuambia Gladys Wanga, hakuna tofauti yako wewe na yule gavana wa Nyeri. Sababu yale matamshi ya yule gavana wa Nyeri ni ya kuleta uhasama kati ya jamii mbili. Wewe Gladys Wanga vile vile unaleta uhasama kati ya jamii ya Wajaluo na Wakikuyu. Tungependa kukumbusha Gladys Wanga kwamba Raila Odinga alithamini sana Wakikuyu. That is why alikuwa na running mate Mkikuyu. Raila Odinga alithamini sana Wakikuyu. That is why familia yake ya wakina Fidel walioa Wakikuyu. Raila Odinga Junior ameoa Mkikuyu. So wewe Gladys Wanga kusema umechora laini ati kwamba Wakikuyu wako kule na Wajaluo wako huku, Raila Odinga angeongea matamshi kama hiyo kama angekuwa hai. Na matamshi yako yamefanya tumeanza kukushuku wewe Gladys Wanga. Na kwa sababu umeleta siasa kwa hii maneno, wacha tuanze kuongea maneno ambayo watu wengi ambayo wameshindwa kukuongelesha wewe Gladys Wanga. Tungependa kukuuliza, why are you taking advantage of Raila's death to politicize everything? Wewe Gladys Wanga, hao Wajaluo ambao unatetea wanauliza maswali mingi sana. Kwa nini wewe Gladys Wanga, wakati ulisikia Raila amekufa na ameaga dunia kule India, hata kabla mwili wa Raila ufike Kenya, hata kabla wewe uende uone mwili wa Raila uhakikishe kweli Raila amekufa, ulikuwa umeita mkutano, umeshamreplace kama kiongozi wa ODM. Wale Wajaluo wanakushangaa wewe Gladys Wanga. Kwa nini wakati yule mheshimiwa wa Kasipul Ong'ondo Were alikufa, Gladys Wanga ulilia ukaroll paka kwa vumbi, ukalia machozi yote karibu utoe hata nguo. Lakini kwa kifo ya Raila, Gladys Wanga hujatoa hata machozi hata moja. They are questioning, kwa nini wewe unataka kudhulumu wale viongozi wa Raila, viongozi wa vijana kama wakina Sifuna ambao wamekuwa kishikilia chama, wakina Babu Owino. Wewe saa hii umepewa masharti na mkubwa wako wa UDA amekupea masharti ufukuze hao vijana wote kwa chama, uharibu chama ya Raila Amolo Odinga. So sisi tunakuambia you are not genuine and we are calling you out. Wewe uwache, utoe jina ya Rigathi Gachagua kwa mdomo yako. Toa jina ya Rigathi Gachagua kwa mdomo yako. We are dealing with serious matters, serious national matters. You cannot divide our nation in ethnical groupings. Sisi tunathaminiana na makabila zote. That's why unaona leo hapa tuko na Wakikuyu wamesimama hapa, tuko na Wamasai, Waluya, Wakisii, Wajaluo. So wewe Gladys Wanga, tafadhali, hiyo mambo ambayo unatumika na Kasongo Githinji, unatumika na Githinji, unatumika na Kasongo kuvunja ODM kwa sababu umepewa promises. Tafadhali, do not trade with Raila's legacy. Wacha Raila alazwe mahali pema peponi, tunamheshimu sana, huyo ni baba wa taifa, but do not politicize Raila's death. Asante.
The allegations are quite damning, but to be honest, we can't blame one side alone. This is because you can see very well that both sides have tried to distance themselves from wrongdoing, and you can hear that the deputy party leader of DCP is saying Wanga did a very wrong thing to even drag the leader of DCP, who is Gachagua, into the mix, because he was not the one who spoke those words, and really that Mutai Kahiga is not even a member of the DCP. So we saw many leaders, even from Wiper, from other parties from the coalition of the opposition, distancing themselves from those remarks. So it is very shocking, but as well, we have come to realize, or there are some revelations that Gladys Wanga, even her, she is kind of tribal, because tell me how you can say a certain community cannot come, or there is a line. I don't know what she meant by saying there is a line, and someone came to validate her words. Listen to this.
Very much, Your Excellency, members of the press. As the chair of ODM in this, as the vice chair of ODM in this region, I want to associate my sentiments with the statements made by my chair, Governor Gladys Wanga, and the colleagues, members of parliament. I want to say that as ODM members in this region, we want to urge our members to stay calm as we approach this issue in a sober mind. We heard yesterday that Gachagua and his team were supposed to pay homage to the home of Raila Muludinga. We urge Gachagua, never, don't step in Bondo. Don't step in Bondo, as your statements are not very friendly to us as ODM. Otherwise, I urge our members to stay calm as we approach this issue in a sober mind. Otherwise, thank you very much.
And it's true, you need to talk that topic when you are sober, because right now, you as ODM members are doing things like people high on something else. Because tell me, why will you issue a threat for someone so that you may hinder him or her freedom of expression, freedom of movement? Now that you have said that he should not come to the lakeside region, is that how leaders should operate? What I think is that the legacy of Baba is being tarnished by these people. Baba will never stand, okay, even if he some people never agree with his ideologies or what he did for the community, but most of the time you could find him, trying to make people come together, and that's why his children married people from the Kikuyu land. Anyway, it's just my opinion, but is it good for a leader to be so reckless like that? And you will find that they have received a very big backlash, and people at the ground, I mean people, regular people, common mwananchi, have started retaliating. They say they distance themselves from those people because they don't represent what they think or what they say. So here are some people who expressed their thoughts, and leaders, it's the high time to know that the people who you are coming to meet this election cycle are not the same that were there in 2022. You just have to keep that in mind.
So guys, I've just seen a video of the Nyeri County Governor saying that Raila's death is an answered prayer to the Kikuyus, that now developments will go back to Mount Kenya. And I want to clear something, and I want to say this to the public. Mimi hajaniongelelea. He hasn't spoken on my behalf. And don't let that statement cloud your judgment. Don't let it change your decision. Because I have seen some comments under that video, and I am shocked. You people, why do you do things to prove things to politicians? I don't know if I'm making sense. Mbona mfanye kitu, mprovie politician kitu? Like, these people are just there for their personal gain. Napata mtu hapo ameandika ati hii story 2 term. So unataka kurudisha kwa sababu ya a statement a politician said. And what baffles me is the fact that people say you'll do it as a punishment. Venye tu nilikuwa nimesema, aki tutafutiwe ni event. Wakikuyu na Wajaluo tutafutiwe event. We need to hug this out. We need to hug it out. No. We are not going the politicians' way. We are not pushing their agenda. Yes.
I really like how Kenyans nowadays are bold. They come to say it as it is. Ingekuwa ni kitambo, I'm telling you, it will be another story. People from that generation were so silent. I don't think they could handle this pressure. But now, that was Governor Kahiga's response. What about Gladys Wanga? These people are used to meddle with the affairs of Kenyan. Peace and tranquility. Imagine. So, the lady I just played you by the name of Jenzi Badi was responding to the remarks by Governor Kahiga. But now I just want to play you for someone who is directly rebelling against the rule of Gladys Wanga in ODM.
Gladys Wanga, the spirit of Raila Odinga can take care of itself. The spirit of Raila Odinga does not need you, Gladys Wanga. Raila Odinga is dead and buried. His spirit takes care of itself. You cannot guard a spirit. You cannot protect a spirit. Let the spirit move as it should. You do not own it. You are busy talking about press conferences, constantly moving when you capitalize yourself to put yourself on the spotlight for anything but for the people. In terms of development, zero. Kazi yako tu ni kupaka mamawe rangi ya white. Ati park. Kupaka mawe rangi ya white kila siku asubuhi. Rangi imejaa Homa Bay kushinda hata condoms. Yet ukimwi ndio iko huko mingi. We are supposed to be having more condoms in Homa Bay. We are supposed to be having more teachings on sexual reproductive health. Lakini Gladys ametujazia Homa Bay na rangi. Kila mawe Homa Bay County imepakwa rangi ya white. Kila mali, kila kona. Ati county of possibility. Which possibility? People are not getting enough pay. People are not being paid. People are not even getting medicine in the hospitals. And you're talking about possibilities. Which possibility? Bwana hebu tupeleke polepole, wacha kutusumbua. Unasikia? We want you to tell us why you have 2,000 ghost workers in Homa Bay. That is the press conference we want to see. Na utuambie kwa nini hapo kwa county assembly uko na wanawake hawajui kuandika na kusoma. Wacha kutusumbua. And you also tell us why SHA is not working. Those are the things that you need to tell us. Tell us when you are going to reduce child marriage numbers in Homa Bay. Tell us when we are going to have Homa Bay teenagers not getting infected with HIV every 16 minutes.
That was a bad one. But wait until you hear this.
Gladys Wanga, kwa speech yako leo nimeona unasema umechora line na watu wengine. Sasa nataka kukuuliza, jameni, mheshimiwa, mumeachiwa chama siku 3 tu mnaanza kuchora line na watu. Na mwenye hiyo chama kweli hata wale wenye walimtia kwa detention hakuchora line nao. Baadaye yeye kutoka kule alifanya kazi pamoja na wao. Na kuna wengi wamemuibia yeye kura uchaguzi wake na bado amefanya kazi na wao. Hatujawahi kusikia Raila amechora line na mtu yote. Nyinyi mumeachiwa chama siku 3 mnasema mnaanza kuchora line. Jameni, mnapeleka hii chama wapi? Hiyo mambo ya line sisi hatutaienda line na jamii fulani ama na watu fulani. Kama wewe ni lazima uchore line, wewe chora line wewe, familia yako na yule mwenye amekutuma we kuchora line. Sisi tunajua Wakenya tuko pamoja na tunashirikiana, ikiwa ni kisiasa, kuishi kibiashara na kivyovyote tunashirikiana. Mambo ya line, we mwenyewe ujue line zako. Na kweli, kusema ukweli, Gladys Wanga, umefanya makosa tena kutamuka mambo ya line. Hiyo line ni kugawanya watu. Huwezi kutangaza wazi wazi ati wewe umechora line na jamii fulani. Hiyo ni makosa.
I have seen different people reacting in diverse ways, but one thing we should know, we are all Kenyans and we should put Kenya first. Thank you for watching. It has been your host, Anonymous Whistleblower. Kindly like, share, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel. Till the next one, cheers. Stand by in 3, 2, 1, go.